And we're back. Welcome back to the Bits and Bytes podcast, episode 16. Excited to be here today. I'm Matt Scott with my special guest and co-host.
I feel special, Matt. Thank you.
You should feel very special.
I'm Joey, but more importantly, we have Regional Sales Manager from Single Wire, Mr. Tom Willoughby, with us here today.
Awesome. Tom, we're really excited to have you with us. Thank you for making time out of your busy schedule. And I think this is a big topic of conversation.
This is how crazy the Internet of Things is getting, right? So like now you got the vape sensors that they're putting in bathrooms, right? So if somebody were to, smoke a vape pen, that can actually trigger a notification and have it sent off. You've got spillage sensors. So if any like moisture is detected or what have you, that can send out a notification. The largest poultry manufacturer in the United States actually utilizes us for IOT thermometers. So they've got obviously millions of dollars of poultry, as you can imagine, in refrigerated areas. If those go outside of a certain range, those need to initiate notifications.
Yeah.
It's just continuously growing as well. So yeah, I mean, you name it. It's
a
huge device can do it.
And we're back. Bits and Bytes podcast. We're excited to be here again. This is episode
17.
I just wanted to see you kind of like stroking over there.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yes, let's see out there.
Yep. 17. Episode 17. It's crazy. We are approaching the number 20. Thank you for being here today, guys. We're really excited. I'm Matt Scott with my co-host,
Joey Wensler. It's an absolute honor to have the Georgia Hospital Association CIO, Stephen McWilliams, with us on the show. And of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention the one and only Michael Allshouse from Byteworks LLC.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here today. Today, we're going to dig into some challenges in hospitals and the healthcare industry relating to IT. So
I'm saying, okay, how can we keep costs low? How can we make sure our hospitals are financially resilient? And so technology can play into that in partnerships with organizations that can offer unique programs here to fight that fight and continue to keep our eyes, our ears open and our minds open to thinking differently around solving some of these problems so that the costs can remain low and patient outcomes can remain high.
And we're back. Bits and Bytes podcast, episode 18. We are excited to be back in the studio today. We got a couple good friends with us. I'm Matt Scott with my co-host,
Joey Wensler. It's an absolute honor to be back in the stew right here in Duluth, Georgia at Byteworks headquarters. And we do have two phenomenal guests, Matthew P. Scott. Of course, we have Byteworks' very own Michael Allshouse. But I would dare say, perhaps more importantly today, Mateo, we have Andy Green, and he is Director of IT for Guardian Pharmacy. And boy, oh boy, what a huge business that is. I can't wait to get into all things IT with you today, Andy. It's going to be fun.
Andy. Thanks for joining us.
Guardian's been in business for 20 years, right? And they've grown by acquisition as well as organic growth. The acquisition process was in place way before I got there. I like to think that I've helped in a small manner by being part of the process now. But yeah, to your comment, the process has greatly accelerated from 20 years ago to today.
Does your service stop when the medication gets to the long-term care facility, or does it go all the way to the patient?
It goes all the way to the patient. We do trainings. We do help with benefits. I mean, you name it, and we're involved.
And I can actually attest firsthand. I have a family member that is part of Guardian through her assisted living facility.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you for what you do.
Yeah, definitely.
Helping keep her info safe and in order. And that's so huge because one wrong medication mixed with another can have devastating consequences.
Yeah, we had an incident at one point where a prescription was misentered into the system and it said 100 units of insulin. I'm a diabetic, been a diabetic my whole life, so
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Right? I mean, that's more than a day's dosage right there. So, making sure that that didn't happen is crucial, right? So.
And we're back. Bits and Bytes podcast, episode 19. Yes. Excited to be here. I'm Matt Scott with my co-host,
Joey Wensler, and it's an absolute treasure trove of a show today. After all, Matt, we are joined by Byteworks' very own Michael Allshouse. But perhaps, look at those pipes. Jeez Louise.
Wow.
Woo! That's reason enough to get a gym
I feel like I
membership.
clean my teeth with those buttons.
Wow. And our two guests today are fantastic individuals. Of course, from Endpoint Clinical, the IT director, Jeff Monson, and Michael Moyer, principal developer for Autodesk. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for carving some time out of your day for this show.
We know you guys got a lot going on. We're really excited that you guys can make some time for us.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, I can say change is the enemy of stability, but, you know, like another wise man once said, with change comes change. So, you know, you got to roll with it. You got to be ready for it. You know, we've talked about it. This is a relationship. Okay. Like IT needs to have a relationship with the HR, with the dev, with all these other things, because I'm providing them a service. So they're using it. So I need to have a relationship. Like any good relationship, it is going to flourish when you communicate. Crazy, right? We all married here? Cool. So the trick there is that you can't be working in silos, right? We need to be talking. We talk a lot about what are the developers doing? What's the latest and greatest next thing? And my systems have to be ready to support it. And there's another side of that coin too. I go out and I change things and I give them the latest and greatest, and his software stops working. That happens. It stops working the way you expect it because, oh my gosh, there's this one little DLL that's buried way down in, you know, VSS 10 and no. And now it doesn't work, right? And so now we're going. So transparency, talking to each other, being in those planning meetings. IT has to be in the dev planning meetings. Dev has to be in the IT planning meetings. It has to be what's up. And it can't just be a manager level. It has to be the people who understand the nuts and bolts, how these gears are fitting together. You know, that's how that goes. A lot of times companies will do a big planning at the beginning of the year, and that is great. I don't know about you guys, but those year plans tend to look really different after 6 months.
And we're back. Boom. We're back with episode number what, Joey?
20, baby. Bente, baby. Woo, big time.
20 Bits and Bytes podcast. We're super excited to be here. We got some special guests here, but more importantly, we got something really dynamic to talk about today that's affecting and applicable to just about every business out there. So I'm Matt Scott with my co-host,
Joey Wensler, and today we are joined by Byteworks' very own Adam Kingery, director of all things SLED, and the collaboration wizard, the Rizzler himself, Jeremiah Plaskett.
Yeah, well, great, guys. I know you guys have a lot going on, but we're really excited to talk about this topic. And today we're going to be talking about the new WebEx agents and their capabilities. So thanks for being here, guys.
You're welcome. Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
I want to take it a step further. You touched on it a little bit, Jeremiah, around, you know, asking some of these baby step questions on how do you get there. I'm sitting behind my computer listening to this podcast. How would I take some of these steps? How would I engage? And I don't know, Jeremiah, Adam, whoever wants to take it, but like, I'm in IT or I'm in business. I own a business function in my organization, and I'm here in AI, and I got a lot of things that I think could be capabilities to do that. Help me out here. How do I take those next steps? What would be the right process?
For me, it's engaging with a consultant, a company that has the experience and reputation and can help you step through. And again, I'm going to use that term baby step through this, because you need someone who can break it down in digestible pieces and actually help, you know, who truly understands it themselves and can have those conversations with you. You know, what are your pain points, and then what are your objectives, and then tackle them one by one that way. To me, that's the best approach for that.